brilliant light of all creation. It is almost impossible to believe that within this world of illusion is the brilliant light of all creation, and that it exists within your heart. It's a temporary ownership, making it yours. The heart is the universal heart of all life. And within the mysteries of that truth, the heart that is within you is whole and complete, and yet is also the heart of oneness of all creation. There's no way that the mind that was made of limitation can accept or understand that in its complexities and its truth. But it has to be accepted. It has to be accepted that every beloved, every creature, every essence of life is one with you. All the pain, all the suffering, all of the myriad expressions of pain have all come from the belief not only in scarcity, but in separation, and that everyone has truly believed that there is something to compare. Because the outside identity that has been temporarily made has been made to prove differences. If the truth were expressed through form, everyone would have exactly the same body, the same way of talking, the same, everything would be the same. But the ego has made everything look different so that it proves you are separate. Every time you look at another, you see differences in the physical. You see differences in the cultural. You see differences in the past. And it keeps reaffirming that you're alone, you're separate, you're different. And in that difference, it becomes, through scarcity, the intention of becoming better than all the rest, to achieve a higher level of something. This is a vague agreement. It's meant to be vague so that it seems that you're deciding this all on your own. But it's an ancient agreement that has been present in everyone since the belief of separation began. How do you look and see a deeper truth? How do you find that road and that way to seeing the divine equality, the divine union, the divine light that is not exclusive to anyone or anything? And how do you find your awareness to seeing a reflection in everything and everyone? it all has to do with fear and hatred. Fear and hatred, which are really the same thing, pushes and pushes and burns to keep proving that the ego is right, that you must protect, you must defend, you must win. And the insanity of that is that the whole time that you're trying to conjure up the strength to win and get to the top, there is so much fear under it all, so much doubt. And that doubt also stirs more fear that you won't be able to make it, you won't succeed. And then that stimulates the anger. Why are you without? Why are you not special enough to make it to the top? But the top is fabricated, as is the bottom. To be the light of God and to be one with all creation has no competition. It has no levels and degrees. It's an acceptance of your inner perfection that you are not aware of, maybe glimpses, but the deep awareness of truth is the journey itself. And it is why everyone has incarnated, because everyone believes in separation. Look at the world. Look at the world of made up beliefs and see the fear and the pain that is everywhere. This isn't about gloom and doom. This is about the realization that everyone is sharing their pain and their fears through suspicions and cautions and anger and resentments and judgment, always judgment. And yet every element of every sacred teaching, every truth keeps pointing back to love, back to freedom, back to equality. Equality that no one in this illusion sees. No one sees the equality because it all looks so different. Yet, does it even make any sense that the light of God, the truth of love itself, the power of the universe, would create anything that was not perfect? That the universe itself could not create what the ego has made. It's not possible. And that truth is what holds and can hold every beloved to return home to that love. The caveat of that is the realization that each beloved must find within the yes, must find within themselves the yes. It can't be having a best friend and the best friend does it for you. It has to be that you find the yes from within. And what happens with the yes is that it is actually a place of unparalleled strength, unparalleled grace, unparalleled beauty. The strength of your yes could transform your awareness in a second. And I say that not as to dangle something in front of you in temptation. It's because there is nothing on the side of love itself that is doing anything to keep you from the truth. Love does not barricade against you. It's completely open. So where does the barricade come from? One of the major places that the barricade comes from, of course, is scarcity, fear, belief in lack, separation. But there's a major element of resistance. And it's hidden just deep enough so that it's not recognized, because if you recognized it, you'd recognize it. And the resistance is, it's not fair. It's not fair that I have to find my way back to love. The belief of the ego has made it such that the ego has camouflaged everything to believe that this was all done to you, because that's what it looks like in the world. Your past was done to you. Your difficulty in life was done to you. Your struggles were done to you. And the cry of the child that has not come into its maturity says it's not fair. Just like a child does when it doesn't like what's on its dinner plate. It's not fair. So much time has been spent in believing that you were gypped. The first place of healing is the realization that the identity that you made has nothing to do with anyone else. Not at all. This is not an accusation. This is not a blame. This is, we separated and chose to be separate from God. We had a mad idea. I wonder what it would be like to be king, separate, making my own decisions. And in that moment, separation occurred. And the proof of separation is separate identities. But there is a place within, in that belief that it's not fair, that holds the reins of misery. It holds every beloved in almost a temper tantrum of a child that isn't quite ready to say, I will do whatever it takes to return home. I will see, and I want to see everything I made up so that it can be healed and let go. Whatever I have made in my world of misery and pain is not God's will and was not created by God. This is not a condemnation of the self. It's a realization I was mistaken. You can look in the world, and one of the most difficult elements, even within the world, is I was mistaken. I was mistaken in my thinking. I was mistaken in my judgments. I was mistaken in my expectations. I was mistaken in almost everything. And the ego has made the ego system translate I was mistaken into I am condemned. And so the ego hides in proving worth and defending everything. There is nothing more painful in this world than self-defense. It is a self-attack that has painful consequences. To defend anything is to evoke within loneliness, self-hatred, bitterness, suspicions, caution, and the list goes on. It's a self-imposed prison that is not God's will. And while this is a self-imposed prison, the ego is still screaming, it's not fair. I've been gypped. Because the world that you made is being believed. And it's being held as reality. It would totally be insanity if this was what God willed for you. But it isn't. It isn't God's will at all. And you could say yes and transform completely in a moment. What stops that transformation? What stops that yes? Wanting to be right, determined to be the one that wins and is right, that it's not fair. But the fairness is your birthright. Fairness. Because in love, all is fair. All is equality. All is harmony. All is peace. To choose over and over again battle is just not God's will. And all of love wants to serve your remembering. But your participation is essential. It can't be without your yes. Your yes is the essential ingredient because we have free will. What is that free will about? The free will is when I judge, I am choosing to judge. I am making the decision that I know something that has validity and that I want. I want to judge. I believe that it will give me what I want, but it never does. Nobody has ever been able to claim that judgment has given them anything that they want. Yeah, you can get a momentary satisfaction from being right or thinking that you're right. But as soon as that dissipates, you're back to being with the judgment, because all judgment ends up being directed at your heart. Thoughts do not leave their source. They go out, they smack around, they attack, and then they're still with you. And this is the self-imposed pain. Plus, as the attack went out, the attack gathers shame and guilt and fear. Because as anyone attacks, they have to be afraid of being attacked by the world, by others, by anything. Could be an attack by weather, but it's fear. And everything of love is calling you to the yes. To the yes of love. I must love. I must see the truth of love in this moment. I must choose love. Every beloved is called to become determined. Every beloved already has an element of determination within them, but it's used in the world to try to win. But to give your determination to the Holy Spirit of love, it's like, I have this determination. I've used it for all kinds of crap. I've used it to try to bolster up my ego and win. Take this determination and use it for my healing. Let me become determined, devoted with love. Use it to transform everything that I've made up. Healing occurs because healing is always offered. And healing is the disappearance of the illusion. But healing is not yours to do, yours to manufacture. It is like you have a coupon from a restaurant, and you can't get into the restaurant without the coupon. Asking for healing is your coupon. It is your connection with the divine and the realization where the power of love is. That the power of love, the universal power of love, is sent to each beloved who says yes and transforms all of the mind and everything that the mind has made with your request. Heal what I cannot heal. Heal what is in my way. Take everything I've made up, and I invite the healing. And when you invite that healing, trust blossoms. Faith blossoms and becomes the center of your heart. It would be like standing on a street corner waiting for a ride that was supposed to be there, and you wait with confidence. I'm waiting on the street corner, and I'm going to wait for my ride that will be here. I put my faith in that ride. That faith is the faith that you are being called to connect with God. No matter what you think you know, no matter what the circumstances, I put my faith in the truth of love. I give everything to love. This is not complicated. It is meant to be simple and to erase the declaration, the belief in it's not fair. I made it up. I made it up. I was mistaken. I accept my way home. I say yes. And all of love comes to serve. Determined to be healed. Elevate my mind. Elevate every thought into the truth of God. To God in the highest, to God in all life. I say yes, and I want to see the brilliance of creation as my birthright. I say yes. The brilliance of the firmament, the mysteries of the universe, I say yes. I bring light and love into this moment. I ask for light, I ask for love, I accept light, I accept love. Invigorate my mind with the truth of love, and let all lies be eliminated. Clean my mind of all mistaken perceptions. I am here to sing and praise the truth of love. I say yes to God's creation. And I celebrate with all divine beings that we are one, that we are the light, that we are the truth. Elevate my mind. Elevei o pensamento a Deus lá nas alturas, para reconhecer o brilho da formosura, o brilho da formosura, é uma luz de alento que limpa meu coração e vigora meu pensamento. Aqui eu vou contando que a minha lida é essa. Viva Rei Juramidão e a rainha da floresta. Elevate my mind. Recognize that when you have thoughts that are not of love, you are asking for help to elevate your mind into the truth of love again, and allowing the power of love to bring your mind into God's light. On the wings of love, we heal. We surrender what we've made up. And in that surrender, all illusion is stripped away, including, of course, the illusion of it's not fair. The willingness to participate in love's transformation. Over the mountains of despair, we will rise above. Over the heartache and the pain, upon the wings of love. The healing of our savage heart, gently by the dove, miraculously transforming us upon the wings of love. Terrible mistakes we think we've made, regrets we've undergone. Sometimes the hopelessness makes us forget the sun at dawn. All delight and joyousness, the tender mercies of Jesus, who carries our burdens upon the wings of love. Jesus, who carries our burdens upon the wings of love. Can you hear God laughing? Because life and love is laughing constantly. Not laughing at you, laughing at the illusion because it's so untrue. Dance a dervish dance. Dance a dervish dance and bring the face of God before you. Only love can lift the heart up so high that its true color is restored by the sun. See him near and clapping, that perfect one who fathers divine rhythm. Oh, dance, dervish, dance, and know you bring your master happiness whenever you smile. Last night, So many tears took flight because of joy. That the sun got crowded and complained when I discovered God hiding again in my heart. And I could not cease to celebrate. Oh, dance, divine one, dance, write 1,000 luminous secrets upon the wall of existence, so that even a blind man will know where we are and join us in this love. Dance, dervish, dance. Bring the face, oh, bring the face of your beloved before you through dancing. The mystery of the dervish dance. The dervish dance, spinning in ecstasy, continuously spinning in ecstasy, praising the truth of God and calling the truth of God into manifestation. Totally devoted, totally committed, totally offering love through the dance of the dervish that spins to bring God into manifestation. Do you doubt it? Do you look at the dervish dance and say, well, that's ridiculous. It's just a dance. No, that's where the ego wants you to stand, is in the suspicion and caution and decision to not dance. Dance in your heart. When the dervish is dancing, the dervish explodes out of love and remembers and feels the friend, the divine within. Well, in Western ways, the Western mind would say, oh, that's just a primitive idea. How do you know it's a primitive idea? And why would you reject the dervish dance out of your idea of what you think you know? Wouldn't you do anything to meet the divine and have the divine manifest within your heart? What if you said, yes, I will dance the dervish dance. I will spin and spin and spin and spin until I can't spin anymore. And then I will spin again and again and again. And I will call for strength, and I will call for faith, and I will call for clarity, because all I want is to remember God in my heart. Only love can lift the heart up so high that its true color is restored by the sun. Do you doubt this? Do you doubt the miracles and the possibilities of God's creation moving in whatever way that it needs to move? What limit have you put on your mind that says you think you know how things are? Dance. Break the spell, break the trance, and allow the truth to manifest. In remembering and in healing, it's about faith. It's about trust that you won't ever be disappointed. You won't be right. Your mind will not be right when you judge all the ways that we can meet the divine. The dervish dance. That these beloveds who dance the dervish dance dedicate their lives to the spinning into God. How is that possible? When you look at the spinning dance into God, what's the first thought? That's not for me? Aren't they cute? Nice customs, but not mine? What if they carry the mystery? What if they unlock the mystery through that dervish dance? Do you want to be right and leave the dervish dance alone? Or would you rather be happy and invite those mysteries to take you and show you what's most helpful? Only love can lift the heart up so high that its true color is restored by the sun. Is this possible? That the heart can be lifted so high and its color restored by the sun? Absolutely. That your spirit can be taken to the sun, to remember that the sun is one with you, that anything is possible in the healing of the mind of separation and limitation, that I have been taken into the universe by the divine, not because there's something special, but because there was a yes, that's all. What kind of cruel God would say, oh, I'm just going to pick out a few that are special, that I'm going to give special attention to and take to special places? No, that's the ego's way. The ego does that kind of parsing and specialness. Every beloved that has gone into the universe has done so for everyone, has done to open the doors of love and to say, come and allow yourself to break free from the chains of limitation that you've made and learn to love. Last night, so many tears took flight because of joy. So many tears took flight because of joy. Because a beloved opened their heart and found the joy that was there because they refused the lies of the ego and accepted the joy of God. You are the joy of God. You don't have to earn it, but you have to accept it. You have to live it because it's what you are. There are no mysteries in this universe that don't belong to you in healing. All the mysteries of the universe open. Does that mean that you're bombarded with wisdom that you have to carry? No. But when anything is needed, love reveals what it is for you. The belief in scarcity is the belief that you don't have the secret ingredient to find your way back to love. Well, that again would be a cruel trick. There is nothing that your yes can't open within the truth of love. You will never be left without the means of remembering. But if you're walking in the world affirming that you're right and that you know and that it's just not fair, there's no space for love to enter. There's no communion available because you're in a set focus out of habit, out of fear. To choose is the most incredible awareness that you have a choice in every moment of what you're choosing, and that you can have so much strength with the divine that any thought that comes up that says limitation, rejection, not fair, whatever, that you turn away from it. You close the door. Say, no, I'm not interested anymore in this old identity. I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm not willing to play the game. I'm willing to be taken to the sun. I'm willing to embrace the universe with love. I'm willing to return home. Dance, oh dance, and write 1,000 luminous secrets upon the walls of existence. When you hear that you can write 1,000 luminous secrets upon the walls of existence so that even a blind man will know where we are and join us in this love. Does that mean you? Or is that you looking through a glass and a closed door and saying, oh, that's not for me. It's not fair. It's not for me. It's all for you. There is nothing that healing hasn't brought onto this earth plane that isn't for you. You are the one that it's for. But you have to meet it. You have to want it. You have to accept it. And it's really in the essence of recognizing that your mind is not your friend. All the thoughts of the past, all the ideas of limitation and separation have no place and no value that is worth its keeping it in any way. And the power of your rejection, the power of your denial of lies starts building a strength within you that is beyond your wildest dreams. It isn't about a physical strength. It's about a spiritual strength that is your divine spirit, that is filled with the light of God. And when you are determined to say yes to love and no to the lies that have been made up, and especially, it's not fair. It's not fair is a painful, self-induced attack. It's held very tightly because it's been carried for lifetime after lifetime. And the ego has reveled in how fully it's been accepted. We've all carried it. And we've all believed that the victim identity is real, and it has no truth. Can a victim fly to the sun? Can a victim bring love and blessings to the world? Can a victim remember and open the heart? Can a victim come home? The victim does not exist. The victim was made up. It has been used by the world, by the illusion, to truly have you believe that you are without, when it's not possible. You were created by God, perfect, whole, and complete. And only your own condemnation injures you. And make no mistake, it's not fair is a condemnation. To believe in it's not fair is to believe that God made a mistake when He created you, that He left you without. Not true. Not true. And to be free of the past that you made is to return to God. Return and fly to the sun in the light of all creation. No limitations. Never any limitations. When you condemn with any thought, you're self-condemning, and you become a prisoner of your own identity. Everybody has felt it. Everybody has lived it. This life was completely lived as a prisoner, belief of being a prisoner, belief of being a victim, and believing completely that it was not fair. Thank God it was a mistake. Thank God it wasn't true. To be free is your birthright. To be free is reality. There is a belief that goes along with not fair, which is it expresses itself through anger, resentment, and the belief that you've been gypped, that you are without, that you're missing something. But the truth is, not only are you not missing anything, the brilliance of your divine self, it is the brilliance of God. Truly the brilliance of God, and you have no connection to it when you believe in your identity. That doesn't mean that it's not there. It's there right within you, waiting to be discovered, to be open to, because you've surrendered the lies that were made up. But the most amazing thing about healing is how insane it is to try to protect the lies. And the only reason anybody tries to protect the lies is because you believe in them more than you have faith in the divine. You believe that you've been proven right of the lies, that you are weak, that you are without, that you are lacking, that you are damaged. That you are less than others because you have made the comparisons and you have determined that you were right. If any of that were true, there would be no place to go because God would have created something imperfect. And yet, the truth of God cannot create imperfection. Only the ego has made a big sloppy mess of tangled insanity and said, okay, now fight among yourselves and try to win. It's like watching a wrestling match on TV. Who would fight the insanity of a wrestling match? Trying to prove worth? Give it all. Let it all burn in the bonfire of love and come home to the perfection of your divine self. Fly me to the moon and let me live among the stars. Is that a pipe dream? No, it isn't. It's opening and cleansing the mind to be free so that the heart and the mind can join and be taken into the universe of love with connection to all creation. And not allowing the mind to say, it's not fair, I don't have that, because you do. That not fair claim is old and tired and used to hold you prisoner. There is nothing that God has created that you don't have. It's just the discovery. It's just opening to the divine and choosing, take me. I don't care how long it takes, but take me. Tell me what I need to walk and how, and show me the way. Take me. And cleanse my mind of all thoughts of limitation. Cleanse my heart and open my heart to join all hearts. Fly me to the moon. I'm ready to be free. I'm ready to learn. Who would think that you would spend all of your life in illusion, learning to be a better illusion, and then at some point in the spiritual journey, you have to start learning all over again. To learn the way of love and to deny and reject and surrender all that's been made up. And be happy, so happy that you weren't right. So happy. And to accept the miracles of love that collapse this universe, collapse time, and reveal truth. It's all for you. It's all yours because you are so loved. Because you're here to dance the dervish dance and spin into ecstasy and open to the divine, whatever it takes, whatever is needed. And you will be held and you will be shown the way and guided in every moment as you allow. But your suitcase that carries your belief that it's not fair stays on the other side of the door. All of the beliefs of separation don't come with you. They get left behind where they belong, because only love is what you are. One heart, one truth, in the miracle of love. Cleanse my mind and let me remember the truth of love forever, forever, forever. Only love.